Thank you. Welcome to the Finance Committee meeting for May 28, 2024. I'm calling this meeting to order. I'm Chairman Karen Dixon. I'd like to go around the room and let folks introduce themselves.
Jeff Sassy, Alderman Ward 3.
Tamara Ingersoll, Finance Director.
Jesse Eckernall, Chief of Operations.
Eddie Robertson, Ward 6.
Jason Gallo, Administrative Services Director.
Terry Goodwin, Alderman Ward 4.
Where you live?
I was looking.
Dave Mooney,
Thank you.
Citizen, Ward 5.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, so we'll move on to the acceptance of the agenda. We do have one item. We need to remove the approval of the minutes from the meeting. Can I get a
So
motion?
moved.
And I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
So with that amendment, we'll approve the rest of the agenda.
So moved.
I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record note that Alderman Wordsworth is absent this evening. Do we have any public comments? Okay,
Nobody signed up.
great. We'll move on to ordinance and resolutions. Reading of ordinance 2024-11, an ordinance to decrease the local option sales tax rate on the purchase of groceries from 2.75% to 2.25% within the corporate limits of Hendersonville.
So moved.
And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Who is going to speak to on this?
I'm one of the sponsors.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Ferguson.
On the original ordinance, to put it on the ballot, to put the half penny sales tax on the ballot, the last whereas stated this: under current state law, municipals and local governments are not allowed to exempt food and food ingredients, groceries, from any increase to the local option sales tax rate. And as such, the city desires to make a request to the state legislature for authority to exempt those items. As you know, the legislature and I know that the House was unanimous, maybe the Senate was as well, is to give us authority to do that. So, we were successful in getting the ability to not include the half a penny on groceries. So that's what this ordinance does. I do have an amendment that I would like to suggest of what you've got, and that is section 4. No city or county's ever done this. So the State Department of Revenue needs some time to work it out.
Right,
And so I want to give them plenty of time. I don't want there to be any confusion. So I would like to amend it. I don't know that I've talked to the mayor about it. You're a co-sponsor. Are you okay?
I am, but we can't do it until we get to the board level, but it's
yeah,
worth
that's
discussing.
okay
it.
to talk, yeah.
Definitely worth discussing it.
Okay, so I would like to, or I will amend when it gets to the board level, that this ordinance shall take effect upon February the 1st, 2025. That way, that gives the State Department of Revenue plenty of time to implement this and to get it right.
Right, because they have to notify,
Yes.
and so people can work out their programming, basically, in their processes. But Eddie, would this be just for groceries, not restaurants?
No, just groceries.
Just groceries.
According to the state definition.
Okay, I just wanted to make that clear and get that on the record for people who are listening.
So until February 1st, we would collect that half a penny? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
when is it? When does the state? June 1st. It will go into effect.
Okay. Anyone in the room have any questions, comments? Do you have anything else?
Well, it is disappointing, but it's understandable. Giving them plenty of time to get that set up. We're gonna have some questions on this, obviously. Is there anything that you think we could do for either one of you, and maybe Karen, you have an idea as well? Maybe could we put that money, the additional, it's just for grocery, or I guess we probably wouldn't know if it was coming from grocery or not, would we? Okay. that negates that, never mind.
You ready to vote on it?
Yeah.
Can I get a motion?
Yeah, I move that we approve this or send this to Boma with approval. Recommendation.
I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Let me get back to my agenda if I can find it. Great, thank you, Eddie. We appreciate that. Now we'll move on to the reading of Resolution 2024-25, a resolution adopting a 457B employee deferred compensation plan and trust resolution and a participating employer agreement.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, Jason, are you gonna speak to us about this one?
I'll defer to the mayor if he's a
Oh,
sponsor
Yeah,
on
let
it,
me-
but.
yeah, I'd like Jason to do that, but one of the things we need to mention is that we have the implementation date that we're gonna need to move that as well when we get to the board. But just some goofy parts when you change over from one to the other. We hate this, but at the end of the day, we're still going to be able to save staff some investment expenses. And so we can't have it go into effect until January 1st.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's on, I think it's September 1st. And any questions about that as well as the whole ordinance? And I'll make that amendment when we get to the board level. But on the whole ordinance, Jason can speak to that.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, Mayor, I'm not seeing on the ordinance exactly where the effective date is. Can you tell me what page it's on?
Just had it and I just circled it.
Page 19, I believe.
Oh.
It's in small type.
It is,
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Very small.
Tiny type.
Yeah, so we're saying we change that to January 1st.
Right, and I'll do that. Once it's proposed, committees and the sponsor can't change the text of it. So I'll ask y'all to consider that here, but we'll have to actually make the amendment at the board level.
Okay. On page 23,
Yes.
Jason, it says the employer shall not make non-matching contributions. I'm just curious about this. I don't really want to do that for the city, but did we choose that or did this particular plan choose it?
A little bit of both. So 457B typically does not allow for employer contributions. That would be a 457F.
Oh,
The other is the 401K. So where other cities around us have hybrid plans and the employer makes contributions to it, that's on a 401K.
Okay. Well, the employees know this is coming.
They do. We talked about it during open enrollment, talked about a little bit of the fees and how they're lower with the state plan through Empower. And that's really the big point of doing this. This isn't anything that benefits the city. It is looking out for our employees and the money that they invest and making sure that it goes further.
And the current plan is what was it started with the
Voya?
Voya.
Mm-hmm.
They can leave their money there if they want.
That's right. So you have two options. You can either convert it or freeze it. We're choosing to freeze it because we have retirees who also have money and are getting regular payments from that, minimum distributions, those things. We don't want to affect their income.
Yeah.
So if employees want to leave the money there that they've already invested, they can. If they choose to roll it over to Empower, they can do that also.
Do you have anything?
I don't. Motion to approve and send to Boma with positive recommendation.
Great, and I will second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. So we'll move on to other agenda items and we'll let Tamara walk us through our sales tax analysis report.
So sales tax, first two pages you have are your state and your local share sales tax. We are still on target to be over budget on both of those, which is a positive
Yes.
thing. We're coming out ahead. I was hoping to have one more month of the local sales tax, but I did not have it as of the end of the day today for the April month. As soon as I have it, I can actually update it and send that out to everybody.
Okay.
So you have it. But we're looking good on the sales tax revenues.
Yeah.
You know, basically where we've been trending the last 3 or 4 months, it's been pretty positive.
I saw where the new Jeep place got all the cars on it. Why?
Yeah.
Go sales tax. All right.
Question, so we haven't received April's yet.
No.
Okay. So that seems to keep getting later and later when they're
Yeah.
reporting
The
that.
last 3 or 4 months have been really late. That's where the same time we get the state share taxes, the state sends the local option sales tax to the county, and then the county divvies it up to all of the municipalities and sends it out to us. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so it's been a couple months back, they had some staffing folks out of the office, but then the next couple of months after that, it's been just a little bit later. We were consistently getting it right around the 25th or the 26th of the month, but now it's like the last day of the month, the last few months.
Would you be able to just send that out to us when you get it?
Absolutely.
That would be good.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Hotel, motel?
Hotel motel, this one, we're gonna come in a little bit, I think slightly under budget on the revenues there. That's primarily because that one hotel that's, still not generating any revenue that was hit with the tornado.
Yeah.
But considering that, I think we're actually doing well, considering that we have one hotel that's not been, generating any revenue for that. We're on target to end the year with a positive fund balance for the hotel motel fund, which is a good thing.
All right, our investments.
Yep, our investment earnings, continue to be, positive. We're on target to come in just slightly over our budgeted amount of $1.5 million. Looks like we're on target to, about $100,000 more than what was budgeted there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is definitely a nice little bonus. We know it won't go on forever because as, interest rates, fluctuate, but right now we definitely are taking advantage of this.
We are exploring a more long-term
Are you?
investment option as well with higher yields, so we're gonna start discussions with the state about doing that.
Oh, great. That's
We
great.
don't need, our cash as liquid as we have it in the LGIP,
Mhm.
so we're gonna look at a longer kind of, non-liquid, not as liquid, but
Right.
higher return.
Right, great, awesome. Thank you. And then our stormwater report.
In our stormwater report, we have received the majority of the stormwater fee revenue that we will receive for the fiscal year. We'll get a little bit more in the next couple of months, but it's tied to our property tax payments, so this is our slow time for property tax payments. The delinquent notices went out for the prior year, so we will get some folks that are, coming to pay those delinquent ones over the next little bit, but those revenues are pretty consistent with what we've done in for the prior years as far as the timing on them. We'll probably receive another $100,000 between now and the end of the year. There, but again, this one's looking good. It's budgeted to spend the majority of that money on stormwater related projects through the year, and we're right on target doing that.
Any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.